everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of
Full
Metal
Bracket. Dude, we're getting so good at that.
No, it's right on point, man.
So good at that.
Nothing but the best, man. Always doing it from the ground up. Yeah, Full Metal Bracket. That's our new show. That's essentially goes in one of the installments for where we put Topic Thunder. So whenever we're in the mood to do a bracket, because you guys have been sending in some fantastic brackets, we'll do an episode of it. So Matt, I think, do you start this one?
You start this time.
I start this time? Okay. All right. This one's from Josh Sachs. Says, hey guys, this one took a little time to put together, mostly because I wanted to cut down on how many films I had to get the ratings for. And by the way, the subject line for this is Oscar winner bracket. So I don't know what he means. It means best picture, best actor, best director, best actress. No idea. I took all of the best picture winners. There we go. And then removed ones that did not also win best director. Ooh. And finally removed those that didn't win either original or adapted screenplay, which got me down to 44 films. Wow, Matt.
Damn.
Have fun with the bracket. So let me download the fucking bracket here. But Josh Sachs, I love this idea. Let's see if you adhere to what we had suggested last time about how to number these. And it looks like he didn't. So we'll have to teach Josh a little bit about how to do this. But I think he's going to learn as we go along. So, Matt, I'll take the left side if you want to do the right side.
Sounds good. I'm just getting out more printer paper. I didn't
sure.
Printer was out of paper.
Would you like me to read the matchups while you're doing that?
Go right ahead.
Okay. So on the left side of the bracket, we've got Casablanca taking on Midnight Cowboy. And let me reiterate this. These are films that won Best Picture, Best Director, and won either Best Screenplay or Best Adapted Screenplay. That's the correlation here. So these are the choices from Josh Sachs. Now, where did my bracket go? Hold on. God damn it. I just had it up. Computers, man. Computers sometimes. I swear to God, what's the point sometimes? All right. So where is it? Because I downloaded, but then it doesn't pop up, which is weird. All right. Here we go. Oh, I see. It's saved as a window file. All right. Good go. Anyway, Casablanca at number 1 versus Midnight Cowboy at number 32. It Happened One Night at number 16 versus The Lost Weekend at number 17. Number 9, Annie Hall versus number 24, The Sting. Number 8, The Apartment versus number 25, Birdman. Oh, shit. Nost is going to have a shit fit on that.
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
Oof. Number 4, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King versus 29, Ordinary People. Number 13, The French Connection versus number 20, Amadeus. Fuck. Number 12, No Country for Old Men versus number 21, The Departed. And on the last matchup on my side of the bracket, The Godfather Part 2 versus number 28, Mrs. Miniver. So there you go.
Wow, really? That's 28, huh?
Yes.
God bless you, Mrs. Miniver.
How did he rank these, though?
I think it goes by the aggregate score.
Okay. All right.
After that, yeah, he said it took time for him to put together because he had to get the ratings for all these.
Gotcha. Okay.
So he had to cut down on it somewhere. So yeah, I believe he's the one that initiated I'm going to take it from Metacritic, Rotten Tomatoes, and IMDb, and then
that's right.
Distill it down to 1. So that would be my guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I could be conflating that with another.
Maybe. Well, let's do this thing. So Casablanca, Midnight Cowboy. I guess I'll take Casablanca over Midnight Cowboy, even though it's the iconic Ratso Rizzo scene.
Yeah,
What about you?
How many times are you going to go back to watch Midnight Cowboy at this point?
Yeah, twice. That's all I've ever watched it in my life.
I've watched it once.
Oh, okay.
And I was good with once. Whereas Casablanca, I've seen more than once.
Yes.
And if somebody put it on, I'd be like, oh, sure, I could watch that.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Bogart is great.
All right, so we both take Casablanca.
All right, so then the next one is It Happened One Night versus The Lost Weekend. It Happened One Night is a Clark Gable, Claudia Colbert film. Lost Weekend is the Ray Milland film where he becomes, where he is an alcoholic and he has to find his way out of being an alcoholic over the weekend, and all kinds of shit happens to him. It kind of shows him that this is not the right path for him. It's a pretty brutal film and pretty honest about it at the time. So,
I think I'll take It Happened One Night.
okay, I think I'll go that route as well.
All right. So far, we are in lockstep.
We are. Annie Hall versus The Sting. Oof.
Not even close for me.
I guess I have to go The Sting, yeah?
Yep. I've never seen Woody Allen all the way through.
Yeah.
And I am a fan of The Sting.
Yeah,
so easy choice for me.
Yeah, the Woody stuff, I can't. I just can't. The Apartment versus Birdman. Oof.
This is brutal.
I mean, this is tough for Matt Nost. I mean, I'll take Birdman right off the bat because I've never seen The Apartment, so I'm going to put Birdman there.
I mean, I know you haven't seen The Apartment because your inherent hate of Jack Lemmon. Like, you said it so many times. You're like the most overrated.
It's more that I don't think
actor.
Shirley MacLaine is that interesting. I've never thought Shirley MacLaine was that interesting.
Oh, I mean, I love it. I was messing around on the slander of one of the actors, and you're like, it's not that one that I'm not a fan of.
It's true.
It's this other individual.
When do I lie? I got to be.
Who is a beloved Hollywood icon.
Oh, yeah. I can't deny that.
But I believe I would side with you on that.
Okay.
I think I'm taking Birdman just because I think The Apartment is an excellent movie. I think Birdman is an achievement.
Yeah.
It's singular.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas The Apartment, I could see there's this one. It's kind of like The Apartment. Whereas Birdman is, I can't think of another movie that's anything remotely like it.
It's true.
All right.
Okay. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King versus Ordinary People.
This is easy peasy for me.
Yeah, I'll go Return of the King.
Oh, boy, that tells you everything you know about John's opinion of Ordinary People.
Yeah.
Because that isn't even your favorite of the Lord of the Rings of that trilogy.
That's true. It isn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Ordinary People to me is fine.
It's fine. For its time, it was groundbreaking, a suburban white family being exposed for the shit that was bubbling under the surface. But in the end, I mean, it's not a film that really kind of holds up from that time as strongly as it should.
Yeah, no, it's like the crash of its day.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. I wouldn't say that.
No, I think Crash is a worse film. But it has the same resonance with me.
I guess so. That's fair. All right. French Connection, number 13 versus Amadeus, number 20. This is the John Roca top one, for God's sakes.
Dude, this one's so easy. So easy.
I mean, as Matt just pointed out a couple of matchups before, Amadeus is an achievement. The French Connection is a damn good film, but Amadeus is an achievement. And so I have to give the nod to Amadeus in that situation.
Yeah, I have never understood the love of French Connection. I think it's a good film.
Yeah.
But it could have been one of those where this movie is amazing. Like, it's built up way too much.
Yeah,
so you see it the first time, and you're like, I mean, it was good. Like,
don't get me wrong, it was good.
Yeah, just you built it up to be the greatest thing of all time. It's impossible. It's like the first time I saw Citizen Kane. It's the greatest movie ever made, and you see it, and you're like, that is not the greatest movie ever made.
Yeah, no.
But I understand all it's the first dolly shot and this.
Yeah,
and
right.
that, like the groundbreaking aspects of it, I'm fully on board with. But yeah, I agree with you. Amadeus and just it's a fairly flawless movie to me.
Yeah. Okay, No Country for Old Men versus The Departed. I go No Country on this one.
Yeah, another easy one for me.
Yeah, just because The Departed, that rat thing at the end, man, it really fucking shot that film in the foot. And Jack, some of Jack's stuff is a bit ridiculous.
See, I didn't mind his over the topness.
Really?
You know what always killed me is every time they go back to the police department and Martin Sheen and Mark Wahlberg and Alec Baldwin, three fine actors who I have enjoyed thoroughly, and I never buy them. I don't like that part of the storyline. I don't know. It just feels like stunt casting there. Yeah. And yet in the rest of it, I don't know. The Matt Damon, the DiCaprio, everything else. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Then we go back for these tiny little roles, and it's like Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
Wow, this is all we're gonna ask Martin to do? Why cast him then?
Why did you have a boy? All right, The Godfather Part 2 versus Mrs. Miniver. This is easy. Godfather Part 2. Not even a question.
Oh, dude, Mrs. Miniver is a classic. And I've actually never seen it.
Yeah, I can't imagine you would have, Matt. I would be very surprised if you had.
Who's in it?
Ooh.
Oh, dude, the outlaw rides no more.
I know, dude. It's an old lady actress, obviously, but I
yeah, with a name like Mrs. Miniver.
Shit, I can't.
I believe her niece just went to Paris because she loves fashion so much. You know what I mean? That's without having seen it. That's the vibe in my head.
Yes, Greer Garson. That was her name. Yes. Damn it! I was trying to search for that name in my head and I couldn't find it. Fuck.
Dude, the bottom part of this bracket,
yeah,
is those bottom three choices. So we're in lockstep.
Yeah, I am.
So far.
All right, so let's go to the next. So let's go to the next matchups here. Casablanca versus It Happened One Night. I'm gonna go Casablanca.
Yeah, I think Casablanca. I take them as well. And
okay. The Sting versus Birdman. Oof.
I got mine.
Oof. I think I'm gonna have to go Birdman here.
We are simpatico, my friend. If that was a certain other from the duo's canon up against it,
oh yeah,
that would be winning, but it is not.
Gotcha. Fair point.
Anyway, moving on.
Return of the King versus Amadeus. Amadeus, not even a hesitation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm sure those listening at home already knew that from the two of us.
Probably.
But Amadeus makes it. Boy, that next matchup is not fair.
It's amazing how a film that doesn't have 46 endings can be really good. No Country for Old Man versus The Godfather Part 2. Woof, dude.
Yeah. And then the one after that is a wolf as well.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Where and I'm staring at the top of the bracket be like, you fucks are lucky that you're not down here in the bottom with the big boys.
Sometimes.
It is. I also think Josh may have tweaked it just a little bit to put us through a slight bit of agonizing pain.
Bit of hell.
Yeah. Thanks, Josh. I thought we were friends.
Yeah. I'll take Godfather Part 2 over No Country. I just think it's the best. I mean, it's some time.
It is a better film, and yet I know I'm going to see Old Country more, or No Country.
Okay.
Rather.
Are you sure you're not doing this so it makes it easier to select Amadeus? Are you sure?
No. I'm going to take Godfather.
Oh.
Because it's a better movie.
Yeah.
But, dude, so look at some of these other matchups. It's like, how does this happen where we have three juggernauts all on one side?
I haven't even looked at the right side of the bracket.
Right side's a little bit more evenly matched, but there are a few where, like, you know what? You two should be lucky you're facing off against each other because neither of you should win.
So, at the top, we've got Birdman versus Casablanca.
Yep.
I'm going to go Birdman.
So am I.
And then down at the bottom, we have Amadeus versus The Godfather Part 2. Man.
And, I mean, part of me wants to elect to say Amadeus is so good that it snuck out of this bracket and just kicked Birdman's ass. So in the final four, I have Amadeus and Godfather, but that violates the tenets of a bracket. And that is not fair. Now, if my argument of No Country, I will watch it more, Amadeus, hands down, I will watch more.
Yeah.
I watch it minimum once a year at this point. Godfather 2, I need to be in the right mindset because I want to it's a 7-course meal and I want to be able to enjoy it all.
Yeah. All right. I got to take Godfather Part 2. I just have to, but man, it's It's like driving away in the car as your best friend because your parents are moving and you're watching your best friend just wave to you. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now by choosing Godfather Part 2 over Amadeus. But yeah, I have to do it. All right. Godfather Part 2 versus Birdman.
So
For me, and for you, it's Amadeus, I imagine, versus Birdman.
You're Helen Hunt in Castaway, and you kiss Tom Hanks because I'm married and I've got a kid.
I can't.
Let's smooch. I still love you. You were the love of my life.
Yes.
You will always be the love of my life.
Right.
But I got this thing going on here that I can't just bail on.
But I need a kiss. I need one last kiss.
Well, let me.
Yeah.
I want to come back to it. We both know that whatever wins this one is going to win the left side of our bracket,
Yes,
correct?
Correct.
So I'm going to go ahead and pencil you in for Godfather 2. And I'm going to ruminate on my end because we can always jump to the other side of the bracket.
Listen to this guy ruminate. Okay. All right. Should we take a quick break?
Yeah, we'll take a quick break. Hear this word from our sponsor. Be right back after this.
Let's do this.
Let us do this.
Yeah.
All right. Right side of the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
We got some banger matchups. We got some not so banger matchups.
Okay.
The first one, the 2 versus 31, is Schindler's List versus From Here to Eternity.
Look, which film am I going to watch more? From Here to Eternity. But which film is more important? Schindler's List. It's better craftsmanship, incredible direction. Both black and white films, but I got to go Schindler's List. And I'm so heartbroken because I'm leaving Frank Sinatra behind on this one. Okay.
I agree in that Schindler's List makes it. The rewatchability to me is, I don't know how often I'm going to go see From Here to Eternity again. So
You bet.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just like, yeah, I've seen it and I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Frank doesn't have the pull for me that he does for others.
Yeah. A lot of great actors in that. Burt Lancaster, Montgomery Clift, Ernest Borgnine, Donna Reed.
It's fine.
Just letting you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Silence of the Lambs. Oh, sorry. You're doing it. Sorry. Go ahead.
Silence of the Lambs versus One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Fuck, man.
That's a good matchup.
Yeah, it is. I can make a case for each of them, and I can make a case against each of them, which is what I'm doing. I don't have the supercomputer that Matt has in his head, but I'm doing that right now as I'm looking at both of these.
Once again, I think we need to revisit the definition of super. Yeah, if you want to say it's like those really old school computers that you had to put a punch card into. Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's like some quantum computer, supercomputer? No. Like the pre-Enigma machine, what they were like the rotary version they were using beforehand. Sure, yeah, okay, I'm on board.
Yeah. Fuck, this is tough, dude.
This is tough. I've got my choice, but this is like 51-49 situation.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta go Silence, even though I don't want to.
Man, we have yet to disagree.
Yeah.
Which is really weird on these brackets.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I give the slightest of edges to Silence of the Lambs, but that's a great matchup.
It is.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Here comes a mediocre one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Gone with the Wind versus Marty.
I'd take Marty. Fuck Gone with the Wind. I hate that movie.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
It's so boring, that fucking movie, man.
But like, Marty is really going to make the next round?
I saw Marty. I liked Marty. It was good. And Borgnine won the Best Actor Oscar for that film. So
sure.
I'm going to put it.
That's fine.
In my head.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of Gone with the Wind. I don't hate the movie.
Right.
I'm just not a fan. Yeah. So I'll take Marty as well.
Okay.
The Best Years of Our Lives now versus Slumdog Millionaire. I have not seen The Best Years of Our Lives.
I have not seen either one of these films, so
Slumdog is fine.
Okay.
I think it's one of those, it got caught up in the hype and everybody loved it in the moment.
Okay. Well, then I'll go with Best Years of Our Lives as well, because that was a a little bit of an anti-war film masquerading as a film that was supposed to be masquerading as a film that's supposed to be showing you the Norman Rockwell version of America, because of how they used the actual World War II veteran who had lost both his hands in the war, his arms in the war, and they cast him in the film to play a character who has that happen to him. So I'm gonna go Best Years of Our Lives on that one.
I took Slumdog because I've seen it.
Okay, fair enough.
I can't give an opinion about the other.
Okay.
All About Eve versus Gandhi, and Gandhi is a 30.
That's a fucking ridiculous number. Gandhi.
Yeah, Gandhi. It's Gandhi is a 3-hour movie that flies by.
Yep.
And there's no action.
Zero.
No. And it flies by. That shows you how good the movie is.
Yeah.
We're just following a solemn historical figure, and in no way does it feel like it's 3 hours.
A non-violent.
Yes, a non-violent. Who's honestly the most intense scene is him starving himself.
Yeah.
That's how taut a thriller this is.
So true. So true.
And it flies by.
It does.
All
right.
Next one is 14 versus 19. Bridge over the River Kwai and the King's Speech. I know your answer.
Oof. Yeah, it's Bridge over the River Kwai.
I mean,
What's
this is a tough matchup.
Yeah, it is. I'm surprised that it's tough for you because I didn't know.
Oh, no,
I didn't know you have an affinity for River Kwai because I know you love King's Speech.
Like River Kwai is one of those quintessential.
Yeah.
In the midst of a war.
Yeah.
Based on a true story.
Yeah.
Oscar-winning movie. It's like, God, this hits a lot of metrics for stuff that fascinates me. And then King's Speech is all those things as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am going to take King's Speech, but in our second deviation.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this much. Gone with the Wind, Marty, Best Years of Our Lives, and Slumdog. One of you is going to make the Elite Eight, and that is undeserved considering No Country didn't make it out of the Sweet 16.
No. One of them is going to make the Final Four.
No, they're split.
Okay.
Those four were the 4 straight matchups. We've already windowed it down to Marty
Gotcha.
plus Best Year. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
One of the 4 of you are going to make the Elite Eight, and I don't, in my opinion, none of you deserve it. Best Years of Your Lives. I can't say that about you. I apologize if you are, but
all right, let's keep going.
Next, we have The Hurt Locker versus Patton. The Hurt Locker is an 11. Patton's a 22.
Patton, not even.
Yeah, Patton in a landslide.
Yeah, absolutely landslide.
Hurt Locker to me is forgettable.
Yeah, I agree.
Next, we have 6 versus 27, the last of the opening round on the right end of the bracket. It is On the Waterfront versus American Beauty.
I'm going On the Waterfront.
In another route,
Yeah.
I'm taking On the Waterfront as well. I loathe American Beauty, and I think On the Waterfront is excellent.
It is so good.
Yeah, it holds up. If you've never seen it, it is a damn good movie. You can watch it today.
Yep.
All right. So top of the bracket going back up. It is Schindler's List versus The Silence of the Lambs for both of us.
Yeah, I have to take Schindler's again. I have to. I think it's a better film than Silence in terms of construction. There are There are 2 stars in the movie. 2. Neeson and Kingsley. And there's no scene in Silence of the Lambs that matches Neeson's breakdown at the end.
Yeah, the pin.
Yeah, the pin.
This pin could have saved.
Yeah. So good, that scene, man. Or Kingsley telling him to list his life. There's nothing in Silence that comes close to those scenes. Nothing.
I agree. I took Schindler's as well.
Yeah.
Silence. Gone too soon. We hardly knew you.
It was a tough matchup, Silence. It was tough.
It was.
It was.
And I realized
you to win, but in the end, you couldn't get it done.
I mean, Silence, No Country, a few others got to be looking at the committee that put the bracket together and said, hey, Marty, did you get a kickback? Like, hey, I guess for others, Gone with the Wind would take this in a route in that earlier part of the rounds. But
Yeah.
anyway, we have Marty versus Best Years of Our Lives for you and Marty versus Slumdog Millionaire for me.
I still go with Marty.
Okay, I'll take Slumdog.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to get trounced in the next one.
Okay.
Now we have Gandhi versus Bridge Over the River Kwai for you, and Gandhi versus King's Speech for me.
Yeah, I go Gandhi still. I love the River Kwai. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, all three of those are excellent choices.
Yeah.
I am going to take King's Speech, but
wow,
it is close.
You son of a bitch.
That's another like 51-49. I just King's Speech. I'm happy to turn on right now. Whereas Gandhi, I need to take some time.
Yeah. Fair
All right. Finally, Patton versus On the Waterfront.
Dude.
Yeah, this one's tough.
Mm.
I think personally I go On the Waterfront.
I have to go on the Waterfront because there are some scenes in Patton that are a bit rough, but Patton is written by Francis Ford Coppola, directed. Oh God, who directed? God damn it, I forgot. But anyway, George C. Scott, incredible performance here as Patton, just from that opening monologue. But in the end, On the Waterfront, even and Patton is an anti-war film, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It's an anti-war film, but On the Waterfront, I think there's just more resonance in that movie with the characters that are in it, and about this idea of betrayal, this idea of doing the right thing, even though the world's going to beat you for it or beat you down for it. There's something about doing the right thing, and that you never know who it is who's going to do the right thing. And it might surprise you. So, yeah. So I go On the Waterfront. That's tough.
All right. We are down to the final four on the right side of the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
The second half of the Elite Eight. You have Schindler's List versus Marty. I don't think I need to finish this sentence.
No, Schindler's List.
And I have Schindler's List versus Slumdog Millionaire. I also don't need to finish that sentence. Schindler's makes it to one of the last four spots, and it all comes down to this.
Yeah.
Gandhi versus On the Waterfront for you, and the King's Speech versus On the Waterfront for me.
You got to go first this time.
I'm reading this shit, man.
Because you're the one that's still holding out on the other side of the bracket as well.
Oh, way to flip that on me.
I mean, you can't have it both ways.
On me. I'll tell you this much, man. Since I switched to this new camera,
yeah,
I look so pale.
What's the camera?
So pale. I just got a different webcam.
Oh, nice.
But I switched like 6 weeks ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the picture is much better.
Yeah, it's
the field of view is better. Yeah. The lighting, it picks up light much better.
Yes.
And yet I come across as disturbingly pale for a guy who's in the sun quite a bit, just asking for skin cancer.
Well, depending on the camera, it should have software that you can download or an app that you can download that can adjust the brightness and adjust it. Because when I first started out, I had a webcam for about a year, and I had found that you could download this app off of Apple onto your computer, and then it would read your camera, and then you could adjust the brightness, the saturation, the exposure, all that shit. So
there's like a button for honky off, and it just adjusts the paleness.
And then you're in blackface? No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. No.
Just replaces me with a picture of Ted Danson.
Oh, no. Right.
So King's Speech versus On the Waterfront. I mean, I'm going to take King's Speech just because of the rewatchability.
Yeah.
So I'll go King's Speech moving forward.
I got to take Gandhi over On the Waterfront. I just have to.
So there it is. So our final fours are On the right side of the bracket, Schindler's List versus Gandhi for You, and Schindler's List versus King's Speech. And the left side of the bracket is Birdman versus Godfather 2 for You, and it is Birdman versus...
What did you go with?
I'm going to go Godfather 2.
Okay. All right.
So Birdman versus Godfather 2 then.
It's Godfather 2.
Godfather 2. Yeah. That's the easiest. Schindler's versus Gandhi or Schindler's versus King's Speech?
I have to take Schindler's. I have to. As much as I love Gandhi, we watchability of Gandhi, there's an importance to Schindler that can't be overstated. And as much as I enjoy Gandhi and love Gandhi, I think Godfather Part 2. I think Schindler's List is a slightly more accomplished movie. And the subject matter is addressed in a way that is much more incisive than we see in Gandhi. Because Gandhi gets kind of lost in the, how can I say this? If it's break up into 4 quarters, the movie, it gets lost a little bit in the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter finds itself again, and it's great. So I would say the third quarter kind of dings it a little bit, whereas Schindler doesn't drop consistency in any of the 4 quarters. So keeps upping the ante as the film goes along.
It's a cogent and excellent argument.
Thank you.
It's kind of unfair to pit Schindler's versus damn near any other movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because they operate under different metrics. I go into Schindler's knowing I'm going to be emotionally moved, but I'm also going to be educated, and I'm going to be enlightened about something that I kind of know. But then when you see the actual impact of a situation like this, it has more resonance. Because the Stones scene at the end on the grave, and then the impact of how many generations of people came thereafter because he helped to save all these individuals.
Yep.
It's like, well, this dude had a stutter.
Yeah.
It's like, how? It's not even an apples and apples or apples and oranges. That's apples and potatoes. We're talking about 2 completely different things happening simultaneously.
Yeah, true. Very true.
So I feel bad, King's Speech.
Okay.
But it's fucking Schindler's List.
Okay.
All right, so Godfather 2 versus Schindler's List.
For me, everything I just said about Schindler's List,
throw it out the window.
I got to throw it out the window because The Godfather Part 2 is, to me, matches all the technical ability of Schindler's List, but it tells a more engrossing story for me. And there are multiple scenes in Godfather Part 2 that match what Liam Neeson does at the end in terms of emotional weight and resonance. And the list is life scene. So I can add even more scenes on the Godfather Part 2 side of things that, to me, gives it the nod over Schindler's List. Even though Schindler's List is a towering achievement, I just think Godfather Part 2 it's in my top 5 films ever made. So it puts it, I have to give it the nod, myself personally.
So to build upon the metaphor that you already created, Schindler is good through 4 quarters. Godfather is good through 5.
Yeah, through 5, through overtime.
Yeah. It's it never falls. Yeah, Godfather's in the argument for me for one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that Amadeus, if you were in any other bracket, I'd have Amadeus beating Schindler's List.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hem and haw over it. I'd be like, look, it's unfortunate. In any of these other movies, Amadeus, although that Amadeus No Country, like No Country and Amadeus, God, you look at that, and then freaking Gone with the Wind, Marty, Best Years of Our Lives, and Slumdog. One of those 4 gets to coast into the freaking Elite 8. Like, dude, get out of here with that. I realize that's how the numbers worked out.
Hey. There's always that team that goes in the Elite 8. You're like, why the fuck?
yeah. And then you're like, is this real or is it just a flash in the pan? Guess what, Florida Gulf Coast? It's a flash in the fucking pan, my man. Although I know someone that may be attending there in the fall.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah. It is on her list of potential schools, along with the University of Hawaii and somewhere else. It's like, all right, so you just want to get the fuck away from California. I got you.
Basically. Let me out.
Yeah. Yeah, she
all
told me,
right.
she's like, oh, what's on your list? And she's like, well, University of Hawaii. And I was like, well, of course. I didn't even think of that as a possibility to go to school.
Oh, yeah, no.
Never in a million years. I didn't even, I could have gone there. I could have applied.
Yeah.
It's perfectly reasonable. Never even thought. I remember one of my friends, his older brother, applied to USC and he got in, but he elected to go to his dad's alma mater instead.
Oh,
But
interesting.
even that was like, wow, you're going all the way out to USC. That seemed like so far and such a strange and foreign place when I was, 16, 17. And now I'm out here and be like, well, if I get a choice, I go to UCLA because depending on what you want to do, but USC is in a kind of dicey area.
Yeah.
But Josh Sachs, great bracket, man.
Yeah. Great stuff, Josh.
That has some tough ass choices.
Good stuff, man.
But yeah, to do all that work to pare down the list to 44 and then have to find the ratings and figure out from the ratings after that 44. But the best picture plus a director that won, and it won for best original screenplay or adapted. Yeah, that's good on you, man, because it made for a fun and interesting list.
Absolutely. Fantastic stuff, Josh. Thank you so much. Doing such great work with this, sending in your brackets and helping us out. And everybody else should send in their brackets as well. We've got a few brackets in the hopper right now, but we definitely could use some more. Also, some more questions. We are still doing Topic Thunder. So you got any questions? Did you want to ask us about anything in life or anything going on in the world of entertainment? Feel free to ask us. We're good to go. So send it in. And the address is available there for the patrons right there on the Patreon. So it is there for you to access. $5 and above. You get to send in your questions, thoughts, and comments, and we answer it on the show. And we never miss a question. Unless it's something that we personally don't like to answer, which has happened maybe twice or three times in our entire career of doing this show. So we'll answer it. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, sorry, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just going to echo that same sentiment of it's exceedingly rare if we don't answer a question.
Yeah.
So if you happen to be out there and be like, oh, I remember one that I sent in, well, more than likely it just, there was a reason, whatever that reason may have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, please. And you can find that address over at patreon.com/the top 10 with the number 10. And we'd love to have it. These brackets are a lot of fun. Now it has me wondering, like, could you do a best actor or actress whose picture also won best picture?
Ooh, yeah.
And then we go those rankings, or
that's fun.
Directors that blah, 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 blah. I don't know. There's a lot with the Oscars, and we've done, I think it was Charles Clarkson in Golden Globes one that was fun.
That was fun.
We've done movie theater snacks and comic book stuff, and it's a lot of fun. So keep sending them in. Whatever you guys want us to talk about, just let us know your methodology and how you arrived at the rankings. That's all we ask. That way we can understand why this one is pitted higher than that one. But yeah, hit us up, and you can follow the show on Twitter at Top 10 Show, all spelled out. And you can follow me at Matt Nost. And that is it for me this week.
You can follow me at The Roca Says. And you all take care of yourselves. Be well. And we'll talk to you next time with another brand new episode of
Full
Metal Bracket.